In this lesson, we will learn to stop at a station. Alright, well now we're actually getting into some things. So, I assume this is our test. We'll learn how to stop at a station at low speed. Stopping at the right place on a platform is crucial. When to start braking is affected by the weight and speed. The aim should be to apply one brake force all the way to a complete stop. We are approaching the train at 25 miles per hour. This is only a small train. When you reach the end of the platform, apply notch 2 braking. Where are my brakes? There we go. Alright, so I think we're there. Yep. Okay, well that didn't... Oh wait, notch 2 braking. Oh boy. Oh boy. You overshot the platform, and passengers cannot alight. Please try again. I was hitting the throttle, I think. Bad me. Alright. Let's do it again. My first failure. I guess that's why they're training me. Clearly, I need training. Alright. So now I need to move that. Well, now that's changing at least, so I guess that's a good sign. And we are slowing down. That's even a better sign. That was a smooth stop. Alright. See, but it's like 87%, so like, without looking at it, I don't know that I would know what notch 2 is. Alright. We'll learn how to load and unload aggregates. Welcome back to the cab. We'll learn to unload aggregates. Operating trains is not only about driving along the railroad, but also involves loading and unloading of cargo. In this exercise, we will learn how to load and unload coal from a gondola car. Oh, that's cool. Gondola cars are filled from above using giant dispensers. To load an empty car, first position it stationary under the dispenser. Then with the mouse, click on the dispenser. You can use the external camera view to help position the car. 2 on the keyboard. This is again where I'm like not, there we go. It just takes a long time to start. Ah, I went too far. I think. Yeah, I think I went too far. Can I go backwards now? So I apologize for not talking, but like, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. This is bad. I'm clearly terrible at this. Alright, I think I've getting the hang of this a little bit here. So I just need to position it. Almost there. And I need to stop. There we go. Alright, and then I should be able to... There we go. Alright. So we're putting coal into the car. I must feel like I know what I'm doing. Look at that. It's filling up. I can see it happening. I think I took too long. I'm assuming that's what the red time is. So I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at by someone. Alright, I've loaded the gondola. To unload, drive forward to the unload facility. Position the car over the dispenser. Oh boy. They're just torturing me here. Alright. So we're going to put the power on. Turn the brake off. I don't think we have to move very far. So I'm going to just put that, let myself coast. Alright, so I assume I just need the car over this in any way, shape, or form. Stop! I think I'm there, but... So I think as long as any of it is there, I'm okay. So I needed to stop sooner, even just going 4 miles an hour. It was really a challenge. Alright, scenario complete. I feel like I've done something. Alright, loading passengers. So it's similar to stopping at a station. So, well, there's still a good amount left, so we've got quite a bit to get through. But I suppose I need to know how to operate the train before I can do whatever the simulator actually does. Alright. It is assumed you are familiar with stopping at stations. Okay, which we kind of are. At a station, you are responsible for opening the doors, allowing passengers to board. We are approaching at 25. Bring the station to a stop alongside the platform. Now, am I... Okay, it's an electric train again, so that's good. So it's 25. I know I need to do 2 to stop. So it should be okay then. Alright, so now I need to move it to 2. We are slowing down. Okay, to allow the passengers to board, switch to an external view and click on the platform. Alright, so let's see. I see. Alright. So that appears to have worked. Alright, passengers have been successfully loaded. Oh, that's all I need to do. Okay. I don't know what that sound was. That was weird. Alright, loading and unloading flat wagons. I assume this is just like the gondolas. Okay, to lift heavy containers on and off wagons, huge gantry cranes are involved like this one. They hoist the container from the side of the track over the train and set it down with high precision on the waiting wagon. Our train is already in place and ready to be loaded. Switch to an external camera, 3 on the keyboard, and then click on the crane or press T. Alright, so 3. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's the helicopter. And then click on the platform. Is that what it said? Oh, I see. Do I click over there? Now I'm confused. Oh, I see. Just that. There we go. So it's grabbing the container, putting it on. There we go. It's been loaded. To unload, click the crane again, or press Shift-T on the keyboard. Alright, easy enough. Alright, scenario complete. So we've done those. Now we have objectives. So now we're gonna couple and uncouple cars. It looks like we're doing it for all 4 types of vehicles again. So let's see how we go. Freight train is a group of cars hauled by 1 or more locomotives, transporting all types of cargo between 2 destinations. The makeup of the train depends on the cargo required. As such, uncoupling and coupling of cars is a very common task. On the track ahead is a rake of hoppers. Let's couple the locomotive to them. Set the reverser, release the brakes, and apply the throttle. Do not exceed 3 miles per hour, or you may cause damage. Incredibly exciting. Start applying the brakes. Coupling will occur automatically. Close this message, then press 6. Okay. Well, I'm not moving yet. Alright. So I need to release the brakes and then apply the power, but not exceed 3 miles per hour. Oh, I probably need to do a little more than that, but let's see. If I do 6, I see. There we go. You can see it. That's close enough then. And we are going less than 3, so we should be good, I believe. You've successfully coupled to the rake of cars. Okay. To uncouple while still in the coupling camera, simply click the coupler shank. Alright. Easy enough. Alright. Brake off. And then apply my train derailment. Game over error. Alright. That was me going way too fast. Alright. So let me just... Alright, so let me go here. Couple them. Alright, so we've attached the wagons to uncouple, clip the coupling links, and detach. Alright. Okay. So I think I understand how to do that. Alright, refueling. Obviously we don't need to refuel an electric train. Alright, we're going to learn about refueling. Locomotive runs on diesel fuel. Its almost 5,000 gallon tank is enough for a family car to travel around the world 18 times. Wow. For heavy freight trains, though, this will likely only last a single day. To refuel, a locomotive must be stopped next to an available fuel pump. As you can see, this one's already in place. To click, either hover the mouse over the fuel pump and click the button, or open the action menu and select the fuel button. There we go. You can monitor the refueling process on the HUD. The gauge is represented by a fuel pump. Okay, there we go. I see. Task log. Okay. Task list. Interesting. Because I don't know where the action... Right. Refueling coal. How to load coal in the tender. Well, we might know how to do that. It's probably just like loading it in the gondola, but I guess we'll see. Alright. Turn water into steam in the boiler must be heated. To achieve this, the locomotive burns fuel in a firebox. To fuel the fire, the locomotive uses coal that is carried in the tender. The tender is a special wagon coupled to the cab, specifically for carrying coal and water. This locomotive is already stopped next to the coal loading point. To start filling the tender, click the left mouse button on the coal stage or press T on the keyboard. Okay. It's even easier. Alright. So we know how to get coal. Finally, we need to get water. Which I assume will still be a steam train. Yes. Alright, so... Welcome back. Steam locomotive boils water to generate steam. The water is held in the tender before being pumped into the boiler. The tender must therefore be kept topped up. Start filling. Use the free camera. Alright, so let me do that. And then... What am I clicking? Oh, okay. Just there was no indicator, so... And there we go, I see. So we've got... number of gallons. I assume that means we're 99% full. But like this isn't rising like the gas was. So 3,500 gallons is full, huh? Alright. So that gets us through that. So we've got safety and signaling. We'll learn about the alerter driver vigilance system. That might be good, because I clearly need help. I see, alerter safety device, alerter disabled. Welcome back to the cab. Alright. Driving a train is an important job. A moving train with no driver is very dangerous. To ensure the train is still in safe hands, a system regularly checks you are still at the controls. On this train, it is called the alerter. There is no activity with the controls. If there is no activity, for 60 seconds, the alerter will sound an alarm. You must respond in order to maintain control. If you don't, the train brakes will be applied automatically. Okay, you need to turn the alerter system on. Shift Control D. Shift Control D. Alright, nicely done. The alerter system is now on. Train is moving. In 60 seconds, the alerter alarm will sound. Okay. So do I then just need to touch something? The alerter's checking. Respond by pressing Q on the keyboard or A on the controller. Okay. I see. Train is happy to continue. In most modern trains, an alerter does something that I didn't read fast enough. Right, yeah, this is the DMU again. Okay, the driver must always be aware of the approaching signal is displaying, which required... Did I hit the wrong thing? To be looking down the track at all times. His driver needs to be aware of many things occurring to alert them. UK trains are equipped with the Advanced Warning System, or AWS. A sensor called a ramp is placed between the rails, approximately 186 meters in advance of every signal. As the train passes over the ramp, a sound is triggered in the cab, which warns the driver of an approaching signal they must look out for. Okay, that's cool. To aid the driver further still, the sound triggered in the cab is different depending on whether the signal head is showing a restrictive red or yellow or passive green aspect. This helps the driver to know if they are expecting to take action as a result of the approaching signal. When the AWS system is related to a restrictive aspect, the driver is required to acknowledge their awareness of it. This requires pressing a button in the cab. As it is safety critical, only a few seconds are given for the driver to react, or the train brakes will be automatically applied. The train will pass 2 ramps for signals ahead, which will cause the AWS to trigger. Okay. So we're looking for those things in the center of the rails. I think there it is. First AWS has been triggered. Respond to it by clicking the yellow AWS button. Okay, so no key press there. I have to actually find the button and press it. The next signal is beyond the station. This time you will not be prompted. Remember, respond. Okay. Just wish there was a key, because like, what if I don't look fast enough? Because we're not like going super slow here. Well, there it is. Correctly reacted to the AWS alert. Alright. So it is the same kind of thing. So maybe I did hit the right thing, but yeah, because it is up there. Alright. It just made it sound like it was signaling. Alright, we will learn about home and distance signals. Now this is the stuff that's interesting to me, because I know nothing about driving trains, so it's one thing about the throttle, but yeah, like the ramps, I've seen them in train tracks, but never knew what they did, so. Welcome back to the cab. Alright, home and distance signals. Alright, blocks. When multiple trains operate on a railway line, they must be separated to prevent collision. The line is divided into sections called blocks, and only one train is permitted into each block. Entry into each block is controlled by a signal, which indicates to the driver it is okay to proceed. They are called home signals. Speed and curves. With an increase in speed and the winding nature of railways, it is not always possible to see the home signal far enough ahead in order to stop if required. The driver therefore needs a warning. A second type of signal exists that warns of the approaching signal. This is called a distance signal and is seen on approach to any home type. The distance signal duplicates the state of the home signal, allowing the driver time to slow down and stop if required to. The signal is now green, so your train is clear. This concludes the explanation of 2 aspect signals. So we're just going to have to maybe read some of these lessons. So pretty straightforward. Combined signals. They seem to all function the same way. It's just different variations of signals, it seems. Oh, wow. There's a lot there. Combined signals, alright. As speed limits increase, the distance signal needs to be farther in advance. This means that it can end up being in the same location as the previous stop signal. To be economical, the 2 are combined into one signal with the ability to display states. When the signal shows red, this means you must stop as the block ahead is occupied. When the signal is in this form, you are clear to proceed, but the next signal may be a danger, so be prepared to stop. Okay, when this, you can pass the signal you are at and the next signal. Okay. Alright, multi-head signals. And then one more. Oh, wow. Alright, splitting a single track into sections to separate trains is easy. Things get complicated when there are multiple tracks and switches to change between them. Signals now need to display more information. That is a switch allowing our train to cross the parallel track. On the signal in front are two heads, upper and lower. The upper head relates to the track we are on. The lower head relates to a second route we could take beyond the signal. Watch as the signal changes as the locomotive goes down the track. I'm assuming because the switches were set to move us over, that's why that bottom one went red. Alright, the lower head indicates it's clear for our locomotive to diverge at the switch. The upper head indicates it is not safe to proceed along the current track. Okay, I think I understand. So I've completed all of them. Alright, so that'll end this video, and I'll see you next time.